Why take photos at night? It's dark, difficult and often cold or inhospitable, you might hear someone say. But night photography offers a different perspective, one that's colorful, mysterious, intriguing and sometimes even warm. The scenes and emotions that lie dormant during the day come to life after dark, inviting you not only to capture them but also to discover a new side of yourself. All it takes is learning the language of night photography, which lies in just a few key techniques and a shift in mindset. I started falling in love with night about 10 years ago while wandering the often wet streets of Manchester with my little Nikon D3200 searching for something. I had been in photography for a few months by then, but I hadn't found my focus yet. Daylight was too distracting, too many things to see, too many ways to lose yourself. But night was different. The dark corners of the streets that once scared me, they began to make me see. All I needed was a beam of light, and that's exactly where night photography begins, with a light that's already there. At night, the light comes from street lamps, buildings or passing cars, and these lights have their own unique perks. They are often colorful and they can transform an image simply by adding mood through their various hues. If you want something to feel intense or even eerie, look for the red or yellow hues. If you want something to feel calm or even emotional, look for blue or turquoise hues. Light becomes your tool not just for isolating subjects but also to express emotions. A classic night shot might feature a single light source illuminating a lone figure walking down the street. Now add some color to it and you can completely change the story. One type of light I always look for is the rim light. I often find this when the headlights of an oncoming car catches someone who's walking right in front of me. By exposing for the highlights, you can create a nice silhouette with golden light spilling around the edges outlining the figure. It is subtle but powerful and it can change an ordinary moment into something truly cinematic. Don't be afraid to embrace silhouettes and shadows at night. The absence of light can play a crucial role. It can add mystery to the photo and it can spark curiosity, drawing your viewer in. Darkness helps guide their focus, showing them where to look, but leaving just enough hidden to keep them wandering. Knowing what to reveal is important, but knowing what to conceal can be just as powerful. There's something captivating about lone figures walking at night, lost in their thoughts. They invite us to pause and explore the quiet emotions that arise from stillness. In contrast, when people interact at night, whether they are chatting or partying, they become more expressive and their emotions are heightened. These interactions bring photos to life, not because they are sparking curiosity, but because they're creating moments the viewers can relate to and they can feel. Then there are the details, small elements that come alive after dark, like textured glass while it gets illuminated from behind, or raindrops as they're running down the window shops. And finally, there is emptiness, a subject that I have explored a lot in recent years. While it might not be the most popular, it has been the most meaningful to me. In the midst of life's noise and distractions, those quiet empty spaces help me calm my mind, offering a brief escape from the chaos of everyday life. If you're enjoying the video so far, hit the like button and consider subscribing with a bell. Let's see now how the weather can affect how you take photos at night. At night, everything takes on a different impact, even the weather, especially rain. Rain becomes the night's amplifier. When it rains, every surface becomes reflective and suddenly light doesn't just come from street lamps or shop windows, it also rises from the ground. This amplifies reflections, doubling everything, your scenes, your subjects and your creative possibilities. Whether you are capturing ripples in puddles or reflections of people, rain elevates everything. And then there is fog. My favorite conditions to shooting. Fog doesn't just add mystery, it transforms your night scenes. It balances them by spreading the surrounding light's hues evenly, creating a cohesive atmospheric look. Finally, there is snow. Snow combines the color blending effect of fog with its own ability to brighten the night. The whiteness of the snow reflects light, illuminating dark corners and bringing more elements into focus, making your night scenes even more vibrant and dynamic. I hope this video has sparked your interest in night photography, but before heading out, there are a few practical things to keep in mind. Any lens can work for night photography, but faster lenses will make the process easier. Much of my night photography has been done with prime lenses like the Sony 85mm f1.8 or more recently with the Fuji 35mm f1.4 or the Fuji 50mm f2. While these lenses are not the fastest in the market, especially the Fuji 50mm f2, the key is not so much about lens speed but more about understanding the available light and knowing how to set up your camera settings to match it. First, I always recommend shooting in RAW as it provides the highest possible image quality and it allows for higher flexibility when you're adjusting highlights and shadows in post-production. At night, I prefer using higher ISOs like 1600 or 2000, especially when I'm shooting on the X-T5, or sometimes going even higher to 3200. For shutter speed, I usually aim for 1 to 125 to freeze motion, but often I reduce it even further to 1 to 60 or even 1 to 30 when shooting on the X-T5 because it has the optical image stabilization. But what shutter speed I'm going to use depends a lot on the situation I'm actually shooting. In some cases I will reduce it even more to 1 to 20 or 1 to 15 when I'm panning and I'm trying to capture motion in moving cars, for example. And in other cases when I want to shoot light trails, I will reduce it even more to 10 seconds or even 20 seconds depending on how much motion, how much light trails I want to add into my image. When I'm going that slow in terms of shutter speed, I will rest my camera on a steady surface or I will have with me a small tripod. When it comes to aperture, I would normally open it as wide as possible to get as much light as I can into my sensor. Don't be too worried about noise in your night images because it often adds character. Plus, with the excellent denoise feature of Lightroom, you can remove it without really losing any detail. In terms of focus, I will either use point autofocus to help the camera pick the right subject, or I will use manual focusing. I should also mention that at night it is very important to be in areas where you feel comfortable. Do not risk your gear or compromise yourself for a photo. Stay in busy areas where there are plenty of people around, and if you have the option, ask for a friend to come with you. Always look for your safety first. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and consider subscribing with the bell. Now, if you want to learn a simple method that will improve your photographic composition in 7 easy steps, click and watch this video next. That was all for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, I will see you on the streets. Bye bye.